Well, welcome back if you are watching the second video, and this is basically letting you know that I'm either starting with or ending with this video if you're watching the combined video. I have a feeling we're going to run these first before we run the big 8 because it makes perfect sense to me that way. But if you're watching it in two separate videos, you've seen that we've already posted our top 8, which went about an hour and a half. And now we're going to talk about everything else. Not to say these aren't important categories, it's just we had to wait until the very last possible minute to make predictions for these, because some of these are pretty hard. And I'll tell you right now, there's not short lists for some of these things at all. So Ashley's back, of course, via the magical powers of Skype.
Yeah, with explosions happening in the background.
Michael Bay presents Skype. And AJ, of course, is still here, looking as tired and bored as always. But that's what this award season could do to someone. It's like makes you really question what you want to go with, especially when you don't really know what to talk about with some of these categories.
Are you talking about predictions or life in general?
If the shoe fits, you know what to do with it. So we're going to start off with Best Visual Effects, actually. And AJ, take it away.
For visual effects, I have Jurassic World, Mad Max, The Martian, Star Wars, and The Walk. I have Jurassic World in here reluctantly because some of those effects fucking suck. But everybody loves the damn movie, so whatever. Other two options would be The Revenant, which I'm not sure is showy enough in the visual effects department to totally make it, despite making the short list. Another movie that shockingly made the short list was Ex Machina.
That's not a shock,
which
really.
I kind of almost went with. But I think The Revenant's more likely than that is.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And the wild card here being The Walk, which should be a shoo-in, but I don't think it is. It's as far as being nominated. But, you know, if you want somebody to handle your visual effects, you want it to be Robert Zemeckis.
Right.
And this is just kind of I kind of hope that's a surprise nomination.
It definitely deserves to be here for sure. And don't forget, I know you couldn't do it, like physically couldn't do it, but I did watch this in 3D IMAX, and it was one of the greatest experiences I've ever seen in a movie. Really felt like I was there so much that I don't have any issues with Vertigo, and it was kind of like, it's kind of out there some places. Ashley, Best Visual Effects.
I still want to put Ex Machina in here, but it always goes to blockbusters. So I've got Avengers, Mad Max, Martian, Star Wars, and The Walk. So, I want Ex Machina to be in there because, shit's impressive. But
very true.
It just for the only recognition Walk's going to get because of the 3D. Not the only recognition Martian's going to get, but it's nearly always blockbusters that take the visual effects. If Ex Machina got in there, I'd see that as a huge upset just for being nominated.
Fair enough. And pretty much, it's easy to say that this category could be dominated by Disney if they really wanted to. Everything in this category could have a Disney connection in one form or another. Because Disney has put out so many great blockbusters this year. I do not have Jurassic World in my lineup at all, actually. That may be a mistake. I think it might be in the long run. But my visual effects lineup is The Revenant, Mad Max, The Martian, Star Wars, and The Walk. In a perfect world, I'd love to see The Walk win this, not just get nominated. I think I'd love to see it win it, because that movie deserves, if anything, deserves visual effects, without a doubt. Star Wars is definitely in here. This is going to be the start of a billion, secondary awards for Mad Max when it comes to nominations, so there's that. I think The Revenant is going to do a lot better here than people think it is, and I put The Martian in here as well, so simple as that. We're going to jump over all the way to the other spectrum, and that is going to be Best Documentary Short. So, AJ, take it away.
I'm sure you're all eagerly awaiting this.
These do not have short lists.
Yeah, this is where we just kind of say, these are just guesses. Everybody knows that.
Totally agreed.
Don't even know what these are, really.
Nope. Because these are the hardest thing in the world to find, too, these shorts, except for animated.
We have Body Theme 12, which How Beyond the Lines, 50 Feet from Syria, Girl in the River, Price of Forgiveness, and Last Day of Freedom.
Okay.
Your guess is as good as mine, unless you've researched them.
Ashley?
Great, the call drops. I didn't even hear what AJ said. So, my 5, a body team 12, 50 feet from Syria, Go on the River, the Price of Forgiveness, Last Day of Freedom, and My Enemy, My Brother. The only one that I have heard a lot about from that is 50 Feet from Syria. I've heard a lot of good things, so that's probably only my shoe-in. The others are just like, yeah, I'll just get a pin.
Pretty much. That's what we're all doing right now. We're guesstimating. My best documentary short lineup is Body Team 12, Last Day of Freedom, My Enemy, My Brother, The Testimony, and Starting Point. All right. Excellent. Live action short. AJ?
Hope I'm saying these right.
Oh, boy.
Since I don't know what the fuck they are. I have Ave Maria Contrapello.
Okay.
Day One, Shock, and Stutterer. Once again, I'm just guessing on.
We're alike on a couple of those, actually. Ashley?
I have Bad Hunter, Day One, Alles wird gut, or Everything Will Be Okay, Stutterer, and Winter Light.
Yeah, I have a combination of both of yours, but I've added one. My best live-action short lineup is Ave Maria, Day One, The Free Man, Stutterer, and Winter Light. So
Which I'm assuming is not related to the Bergman movie.
No, I'm sure it probably isn't. This is a category we usually have a little bit of a stake in, but this year I can't really say so much. Best animated short.
Once again, your guess is as good as mine, but we'll say Carface, If I Was God, Prologue, Samurai Super Theme, and World of Tomorrow.
Okay. Ashley?
I have Carface, Love in the Time of March Madness, My Home, Sanjay's Super Teen, and We Can't Live Without Cosmos. Hashtag Why Isn't Lava Here?
Because fuck Lava, that's why.
Lava's not bad, but the thing about Lava is I think it was disqualified.
It was eligible last year for some reason.
That's right. Okay. Well, it was disqualified from this year because it was from last year. There you go. Problem solved.
Why? The freaking film came out this year.
Doesn't mean that the animated short did.
Back in the day, they used to play the previous year's winners before, like when they did it for the birds on Monsters Inc. And
right.
Whichever one La Luna was in front of.
Right.
What we're trying to say is Frozen Fever got snubbed.
No, it didn't. Not even close. Best animated short is Carface, My Home, An Object at Rest, Sanjay Super Team, and World of Tomorrow. Let's move on to documentary. AJ?
Documentary, I have Best of Enemies, Cartel Land, Heart of a Dog, The Hunting Ground, and The Look of Silence. You'll notice two that are missing that get a lot of acclaim are Amy and Listen to Me, Marlon.
Mm-hmm.
But you'll notice the documentary branch does not seem to like movies about people that were kind of pop culture icons and generally just the ones that are doing really well, which is Amy's sweeping everything.
Yeah.
So Amy's basically out entirely. If you're sweeping the documentary category before the Oscar nominations, you're basically done. That seems to be the chain of events that happens, unless you're Undeniable. I think the last Undeniable one we had was The Cove. 6 years ago.
Good God.
So that's how I decided on those. Like that, Listen to Me, Marlon seems more likely than Amy because it's a Marlon Brando documentary that hit a lot of people in the right places. But that's probably mostly the acting branch. So that's why I didn't go for those two.
All right, Ashley.
I have Amy, Best of Enemies, Cartel Land, He Named Me Malala, and The Look of Silence. Really, it's sad that films like Cobain Montage of Heck, India's Daughter, and Wolfpack didn't even make it. That's how strong it's been as a year for documentaries. Even including the fact that Hunting Ground and Listen to Me, Marlon, and Going Clear, which I don't think the Academy will do because, Did
it even made the shortlist? Shock the hell out of me.
No lie.
Is it on the list?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on the shortlist.
It's on, I'm pleased it made the long list, I guess. But in terms of nominations, I think they're just going to snub it. Otherwise, Tom Cruise will murder everybody.
As I say, people don't want to list Tom Cruise as a friend.
Look of Silence deserves to be there just because of
It's
the previous film.
it's
I can't
probably
even think of the name off the top of my head.
it's the act of killing guy.
Act of Killing, yeah.
I think
And Hineni Malala, I think, just because they've got, that'll be their Meryl Streep by having some film with a female strong person in that isn't Mad Max or Star Wars.
he's
Or
turning into
Inside Out.
Ghostface.
God, he is.
It looks like I would say the Look of Silence is probably our shoe in the win.
It's interesting.
If I had to guess.
I think I'd go a different direction, but we'll go with that in a minute. My best documentary lineup. I'm going to give some love to Michael Moore here since no one else will. So my lineup is Amy, Cartel Land, The Hunting Ground, which I think is going to be a double nom this year. I think it's got a really good chance to be double nom this year by getting more than one Oscar nomination for a movie that almost no one has seen.
We'll get there.
But we'll get to that in a minute. Where to Invade Next and The Look of Silence. That's my documentary lineup. Okay. Best Foreign Language. AJ?
Alright, as if this category is predictable.
No.
We're gonna pretend it is.
Okay, fair enough.
I even started to lose faith in these as soon as I wrote them down, but here we go.
Smart move.
The Brand New Testament, The Fencer, Labyrinth of Lies, Mustang, and Son of Saul.
That it?
Yeah.
Okay.
What am I gonna add to that?
I don't know. Ashley?
I have Embrace of the Serpent, Mustang, Son of Saul, Phoebe, and Viva. Although why the assassin isn't in there clearly shows, that they're just waiting for Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon 2 and they're just going to give it to that instead because the academies are being bastards.
It's really funny that you said The Fencer because it's a movie I bumped out at the very last minute. I had the exact same lineup you have, except instead of that, I put a Denmark film called A War in there. Son of Saul from Hungary, Labyrinth of Lies from Germany, Mustang from France, and Brand New Testament from Belgium.
Well, you're saying the countries you're all fancying.
I wrote them down, so I might as well say them. Okay.
I'll do that at the awards because that will clarify,
I'll
just go, yeah, this is from them.
I probably should have put Embrace of the Serpent in here somewhere, but I didn't.
Probably
in places that Bring New Testament.
Just guessing. I don't know at this point. We're going to go into the sounds, and these seem to be the ones that everybody seems to mix up every single year. No pun intended. And we're going to go with editing to start with. So sound editing.
I have The Hateful Eight, Mad Max, The Martian, The Revenant, and Star Wars.
Ashley?
I have Hateful Eight, Mad Max, Revenant, Bridge of Spies, and Star Wars.
Ooh, I didn't think about Bridge of Spies. I have Star Wars, The Martian, The Revenant, The Hateful Eight, and Mad Max. And let's go on to mixing while we're on the sounds.
Sound mixing?
Mm-hmm.
I have Mad Max, The Martian, The Revenant, Star Wars, and Straight Outta Compton.
Ashley?
I have In the Heart of the Sea, Mad Max, Star Wars, Sicario, and The Martian. That's not in alphabetical order, but fuck it, that's the way it's listed.
Right on. I have The Hateful Eight, Star Wars, The Revenant, Straight Outta Compton, and Mad Max. Now we move on to Best Original Song.
Alright. This is just a total guess, and a totally fucking dead category. There is nothing that stands out here. So keep that in mind.
Okay.
We have, I just wrote down the titles, I'm going to have to remember the songs off the top of my head. I think it's called Dream Song from Diary of a Teenage Girl.
Mm-hmm.
See You Again from Furious 7. Till It Happens to You. Is
Mm-hmm.
the Hunting Ground song?
That's correct.
Writings on the Wall from Spectre, and Symbol Song number 3 from Youth. All year you've been asking me, is Sam Smith going to get in? Is Sam Smith going to get in? I'm like, no, Sam Smith will not get in.
And then he contradicts himself.
This category is just so fucking dead, I think he has no choice.
Well, what if they only go with 3 again? Because they've done that before.
I don't know. This category is so weird. I don't know. No, it was 2 in 2011, and then a couple years ago was when they had the 5, and then the 1 got disqualified.
I remember that, yeah.
So, yeah. I don't know. This category should probably go. I mean, I'm just gonna throw that out there.
No, there needs to be a lot more memorable songs because we've had a great plethora of memorable songs throughout the years in movies. There just hasn't been a major one, not this year. Ashley?
I have Dream Song from Diary of a Teenage Girl. Love Me Like You Do from 50 Shades of Grey. I don't want to say that, but it's a celebrity singer, so it's going to get a nomination. Till It Happens to You from The Hunting Ground. Writings on the Wall from Spectre, which, can die in a pit of fire. And Simple Song number 3 from Youth. I'm just putting Sam Smith in there because they'll go, oh, he a singer, we're going to put him in. That song was shit. Even Another Way to Die was more memorable. That's it's depressing to say, but it didn't work. If you've heard the Radiohead one, oh my god, that would have been so much better.
I will state right now that the fact that all the songs from Love and Mercy getting disqualified really sucks here, because there was almost a guarantee Brian Wilson was going to get nominated, and then they're like, nope, not going to happen. So I had to go with this lineup. I have David Lang, Simple Song number 3 from Youth, Ellie Goulding from 50 Shades of Grey, Love Me Like You Do, Lady Gaga and Diane Warren from The Hunting Ground, Till It Happens to You, Leon Bridges from Concussion, the song So Long, and yeah, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but Wiz Khalifa for Fury 7, See You Again.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how a lot of people think it could win.
It's really possible.
I wasn't even sure they were going to go with the number just because of the movie in general, but it's also kind of the whole. I hate to say this, but this is honestly just a question that came to mind.
Mm-hmm.
Is obviously it being the Paul Walker tribute song,
right?
But honestly, my question was, how much does the Academy care about that? I'm not really sure, because it's the impact the song makes in context is what makes it so powerful.
Totally.
So.
Just hearing it without having the visual aid, is that what you're talking about?
It's the same thing with, I think I heard that voters, when they vote for a song, are shown them in the context of when they are in the movie. Yeah. So a lot of them are probably just watching credit rolls, but...
It happens.
But like I said, between not being sure about him or Sam Smith, it's just this category is so dead, I'm just kind of going with them by default. Really?
Yeah, there's some... I'm not sure about this, but if they're going to go with who's going to give them the performances that people want to see, get them to get those rating points for the Academy Awards itself, this is actually a good lineup to do just that. Sam Smith would be a good add-on to there, too. I don't have him on here, but, I mean, it could happen, so... I will go on now to our next, which is Best Original Score.
I have Brooklyn, Carol, The Hateful Eight, The Martian, and Star Wars.
Okay.
I think Carol will be Carter Rule's first nomination, is what I heard.
Really?
That seems
like it's impossible.
Yeah. That could be wrong, but I think that's true. And that's weird. And that's all I've really had on this.
All right, Ashley, Best Original Score.
I have Carol, Mad Max Fury Road, Steve Jobs, Star Wars, and Sicario. That was one of the best bits of Mad Max, the soundtrack, because it's where's the actual sound of the movie and where's the music? Because it just sounded the same, and if you don't notice a score because it's subliminal, I give that more credit, because it's wait, there was a score. Well, it was so good I didn't notice it.
Not to mention
that might be a negative thing, but
not to mention a lot of people don't even realize that when the Doof Warrior is playing the flamethrower guitar, that's part of the score.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will say that Carol, Mad Max Fury Road, and Steve Jobs are the only soundtracks that I have on Spotify playlists, because they've stuck with me. So those 3 are the strong favourites for me.
I really wanted to put Inside Out in here, and I think it does belong in here, but I'm not sure at this point. I think that something is going to cancel it out, which bugs me, but I'm going to have to go with my lineup. I've got Star Wars, Bridge of Spies, Carol, which I take it out even, but it's Carter Burwell, so I mean that's fine. I like Burwell. Spotlight, and yes, the Hateful Eight. I'm happy with that lineup if that ends up being the case. I would take Carol out for Inside Out if it were me, but
Honestly, I normally don't get this passionate about this category. But if Morricone should miss, that might be the most disappointing snub of that whole day.
yeah, it's more. I'd say right now, if I had to throw anything out there, I think it's Morricone versus Williams for the win, and that's how it should be. And I think Morricone's going to take it. That's a bold prediction, I'm aware. And if he may miss, then I'll feel like an idiot. But I think if they're both nominated, I think if I put both scores together, I think the Hateful Eight wins. I know a lot of people would put my head on a stake Tommy Lee Jones style if that were the case, but still.
I mean, Wikipedia could be wrong, but I've just checked. It would be Carter Burwell's first ever nomination.
Insane.
That's crazy with all the stuff he's done.
Name one.
Did he do Crazy Heart?
No.
I thought he did for some reason.
Oh, no, maybe that. No. He did most of the Coen Brothers work, is what I think of. And he did, in Bruges.
I swore he did Crazy Heart.
In Bruges has an awesome score.
He's done 17 Coen Brothers films.
Good lord.
That Fargo score is awesome.
Oh,
Hell, he even did the score for The Bourne Identity before it got scrapped.
And what's really funny that I love about him is he also... There's only one reason I remember this.
Mm-hmm.
He did the score for Twilight. And the only reason I remember that is because that scene when they almost fuck but they don't, they just end up hanging out in bed. That is the end credits song of No Country for Old Men that plays during that scene. He basically recreated that little piece of score and took it from No Country for Old Men and put it in Twilight.
That's great.
I'm pretty positive it's the same damn song. He just tweaked it a little.
Oh, that's hilarious. In retrospect, that's hilarious.
Wow, also did the score for Psycho 3.
Wow.
Oh, but he is doing the score for Hail Caesar, so I guess he's back on the train. Oh, he did the score for Legend. What? And Mr. Holmes. Holy crap, what did he
forgetting
do?
about Mr. Holmes.
Yeah.
Mr.
And
Holmes is another
Melissa.
possibility, too, that we don't think about. It's funny that we're getting to those kind of categories now. Best makeup and hairstyling.
Okay. I have... This is going to be 3.
Yeah, 3 for hair.
Mad Max, the 100-year-old man who climbed out a window and disappeared, and The Revenant. I initially had 2 movies in here that did make the short list. I had to cross them out, and I was so confident in them that I actually wrote them down.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously Black Mass was also a choice.
Right.
But I chose the 100-year-old man over it because this category likes to go for some weird shit.
Oh, yeah.
Some really out there stuff. The reason I went for the 100-year-old man when I saw it on the short list was that weird nomination for Il Divo.
Yep.
They will it doesn't really popularity has no outcome whatsoever in makeup.
Not at all.
They will go with whatever the fuck they want to go with.
It's true.
And weird obscure shit like that has happened.
Yeah.
So that totally just seems and it'll get some attention for whoever's presenting to have to say that. That'll...
That's interesting.
So, that's just what I went with.
Alright, Ashley, best makeup and hairstyling.
I have Black Mass, Mad Max Fury Road, and my left field pick is Legend.
Interesting. Not out of the realm of possibility.
It's impressive to make Tom Hardy not look like Tom Hardy twice.
I'm going to go with my lineup is Mad Max, Black Mass, and The Revenant. So, I think it makes perfect sense to me that would be what I'd go with. All right, let's go into our next category, which is Best Animated Feature. AJ?
I think these 5 have been locked up for quite some time.
Pretty positive on this.
Unless there's something really far out there that nobody knows about.
Or no one's predicting.
Yeah, it's looking an awful lot like Anomalisa, The Good Dinosaur, Inside Out, the Peanuts movie, and Shaun the Sheep.
Right. Ashley?
I have Anomalisa, Inside Out, The Prophet, the Peanuts movie, and Shaun the Sheep. Because despite the fact how good it may look, the fact that it bombed at the box office means I think Good Dinosaur isn't going to get a chance.
Be nice.
They're going to go to something else.
I'd like
I think
that,
because Pixar are probably going to realise if they put 2 films in and then, acknowledge the fact that the one film was crap, it's going to be a Monsters University year. And then Brave wins. Screw Brave.
I'm sharing AJ's picks here, honestly, and we both don't look at each other's picks beforehand, but I'm sticking with the same thing I've had since day one. Inside Out, Anomalisa, the Peanuts movie, Good Dinosaur, and Shaun the Sheep. If I would take anything out of here, I know it's not possible, but it would be awesome if it happened. Replace Good Dinosaur with SpongeBob.
There's too much live action.
I know, but that's what I'd like to have happen if you could do it. I know you can't, but it'd be great if it could be. So we are running down the final 4 categories of our Academy Awards predictions for 2015 into the 2016 Academy Awards. And we are moving on to costume design.
Sorry, I'm still in a daze after he reminded me the Brave beat right Ralph.
Yeah, that was crap.
Fucking bullshit.
No
Costume
lie.
design, you say?
Costume design.
I have Carol, Cinderella, The Danish Girl, Macbeth, and Star Wars.
I keep forgetting about Macbeth. I probably shouldn't. Ashley?
I'm trying to move from all so I've got the right list in the right order. I have Carol, Cinderella, Far From the Madding Crowd, Mad Max Fury Road, and as a left field one, Crimson Peak. Because although it wasn't a brilliant film, it had nice costumes.
It did have nice costumes. I agree with
It had
that.
a nicer production design.
Oh yeah.
I wrestled with myself about putting Mad Max in here, but it's probably got a better shot than Star Wars. But I had to give Star Wars as many as I could to justify getting in picture. So
I think I'm doing the same thing with mine. My best costume design, the one of the 2 lone nominations for the Danish Girl, Cinderella, The Hateful Eight, The Revenant, and Carol. I wanted to put Brooklyn in here. But
I wanted to say The Hateful Eight, but
I'm putting The Hateful Eight in.
But one thing jumped out at me that still to this day kind of pisses me off, and that's that they snubbed Django there.
This might be making up for it, though.
Yeah, Django has much nicer costumes.
Oh, I agree with that completely. But that's just what happens. So we're moving on to production design, which in layman's terms is art direction. So, AJ?
I have Brooklyn, Carol, The Danish Girl, Mad Max, and Star Wars.
Okay. Ashley?
Carol, Mad Max, Revenant, Hateful Eight, and Ex Machina.
I have Carol, The Danish Girl, The Revenant, The Hateful Eight, and Bridge of Spies. We're all over the place in these ones.
Bridge of Spies is...
Apart from Carol.
Yeah, I like Bridge of Spies in this lineup. I think it is. Speaking of likelihood, let's go with editing. Editing's a big category to win, and let's see what AJ thinks is going to get nominated.
Film editing, as it is so
eloquently put.
The Big Short, Mad Max, The Revenant, Spotlight, and Straight Outta Compton.
Oh, God, I'd love to put Straight Outta Compton in here. Ashley?
Going with Bridge of Spies, Mad Max, Steve Jobs, Sicario, and Creed.
That's cool. I'm going with...
Well, all I've heard about Creed is there's a scene which is basically a 15-minute long scene.
Creed's a really good movie.
I'm guessing it isn't a 15-minute long scene. It's the old, Emmanuel Luzbecki thing of pan away and weirdly do a quick edit.
That's more like a 3-minute scene, but
he hasn't seen the movie, though.
At least that I remember.
Yeah, my editing lineup is Spotlight, The Martian, The Revenant, Mad Max, and The Hateful Eight. I'd love to run Straight Outta Compton here.
With the Creed thing, what I've heard is it basically goes from the locker room to the ringway, to the entrance, to in the ring, to in the fight, to in between rounds.
I actually heard there were no cheats in it, too.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Take.
Yeah. So we have now got to our final category for our Academy Awards predictions for this year, and that is we're going to end on Best Cinematography.
You did that on purpose. You did that on purpose.
We'll see where we're going with this one. I think I know where you're going. So, AJ?
I have Carol, The Hateful Eight, Mad Max, The Revenant, and Sicario. Honestly, I almost didn't want to go with Deakins, just because by this point he seems too obvious.
Right.
Not to mention, in categories like this, the names of the people aren't on the ballots, just the names of the movies. So even if they wanted to vote just for Deakins, they'd have to know specifically that he did Sicario to vote for him.
That's a good point.
And I almost wanted to take him out to put Brooklyn in here. But I just figure he might be too safe, but nevertheless still safe. So, and that's like the one. If there's one thing in this movie that is just constantly raved, maybe to the point of overpraise, it is its cinematography. So, I guess they're gonna go with Deakins again, just to say fuck you when it comes to.
No, it's Ashley and anybody else. Speaking of Ashley,
I am going with Bridge of Spies, Mad Max Fury Road, The Revenant, In the Heart of the Sea, and hashtag Roger Deakins never wins. Yeah, Sicario.
In the Heart of the Sea is interesting. It's an interesting pick for you.
Well, partly I haven't seen it, but one of the things that I have heard is that it's a big freaking well.
Yes, one thing I can say about that movie, it actually looks nice. So
It just wants to be Life of Pi.
it really does. Almost so we could do a versus about it. So cinematography, I get the last word apparently. So I've got Sicario, Bridge of Spies, Mad Max, The Hateful Eight, and The Revenant. So that's what we've got. That would end the rest of our Academy Awards predictions for this year. And the next time you will see us all together will be when we're going to be talking about our actual predictions for the nominations, reactions of the Academy Awards. We're also going to be talking about the Globes, the BAFTAs, the SAGs, Critics' Choice, the Film Independent Spirit Awards, and all the way up to the Oscars. So we're going to be doing that here on Pop, and we're going to have a great award season. It already, from the three of us, it basically tells you that it's going to be a very out there year, and you can't really guarantee anything at this point. There's a couple of things that look like they could be locks, but if you just watch nomination day, one by one, they just get canceled out. So this is going to be a really fun year. And we thank you guys and girls out there for watching and following along with us since August. And we will have your Academy Awards reaction video, which is going to be coming the day of nominations. We're going to be just watching them on YouTube like we did last year. And you're going to see our reactions, me and AJ's reactions, and you're going to hear Ashley's reaction via Skype. So that being said, I want to thank you guys and girls out there for watching. Thank you, Ashley, for joining us yet again.
Wait till I go completely wrong. I'll even get it wrong with the BAFTAs.
That'd be funny, actually.
Tremblay, you better get a Rising Star nomination.
Oh, I'm sure that's a guarantee at this point.
I don't even know if they can give it to Michael B. Jordan.
I doubt it.
I don't know whether he's already been nominated.
Did he get nominated for Riverdale? You don't remember? All right.
I have to check.
So
and if he does, Fantastic Four will ruin him. Like it ironically did for Miles Teller last year, even though it hadn't come out yet.
And if you want to talk about that, then maybe that's what's going to happen to Eddie Redmayne for Jupiter Ascending. You never know. What could possibly change things? Ask Eddie Murphy. He'll probably be the first one to tell you that.
We've already passed that.
I know.
Because
Jupiter Ascending
was out with the theory.
Didn't it come out before award season though?
But still, I mean, there could be that lingering effect. So there you go.
And then we debunked that because both of them had a so-called Norbit out at the same time because Julia Moore had Seventh Son out.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It's been a long year.
We'll just have to wait to the day before the Oscar nominations and see if Eddie gets Worst Supporting Actor at the Razzies. Or worst actor, should I say.
We shall see.
Wasn't he, didn't he play the Scarecrow in Goosebumps? No?
I think so, maybe. I'm not positive. So,
Best supporting actor, Daniel Craig for Star Wars The Force Awakens.
Nice.
And Legend. Oh no, that was Christopher Eccleston, sorry.
Ooh, so that being said, I got a lot of AJ's content this week for you guys. If you're watching this now, we're going to be reviewing a lot of movies. The Hateful Eight is finally going to be reviewed in its own video. We've got Spotlight, we've got Trumbo, we've got The Danish Girl, we've got Brooklyn. There are a lot of things coming. We have Legends on there, and a lot of things you've been wanting to hear us talk about. AJ's going to do reviews on that this week. So no verses until 2016, but we'll come back with a bang. No worries on that. So that being said, I want to thank you guys and girls out there for watching and continuing to support Pop and the Popcast Network. And until next season, boys and girls, that's all we got to say about that.